Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the medical surgical nursing 2 for the GNM second years. So in this unit 9, nursing management of patient with musculoskeletal disorders. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the sprains. So sprains, it is also one of the abnormal condition in the musculoskeletal disorders. So it is the today condition is sprains. So we will discuss about the definition of the sprain. So sprain, it is a stretching or the tearing of one or more ligaments. So sprains means there is a stretching or tearing of the one or more ligaments. So ligaments means it can be helps to muscle to attach the bones. So there is a ligaments can be helps for the muscles to attach the bone. So if the muscles can be overstretched or tearing, it can cause the sprains. And supporting muscle fibers surrounding a joint and sprain result from sudden injury or forced hyperextension or twisting. So sprains can be result from the sudden injury or forced hyperextension. So it can be caused by the mainly sprains, it can be caused by the sudden injury or over hyperextension or twisting of the joints. So because of the twisting or the sudden injury or the hyperextension of the joints, it may cause the sprains. So the ligaments may be partially or completely torn. So the ligaments which surrounds the muscle fibers and which the supporting the ligaments can be supporting the muscle fibers and to attach the bones. So the ligaments may be partially or completely torn. So because of the any injury or hyperextension or twisting, so the ligaments can be partially or completely it become torn. So it become tear. So it is mostly occur in ankle or knee joints. So sprains become mostly occur in the knee joints or ankle joints. So it is about the definition of the sprains. Sprains means it is a stretching or tearing of one or more ligaments. So ligaments, it can be helps the muscles to attach the bones. So it can be become stretching or tearing and supporting muscle fibers surrounding a joint. So sprains result from the sudden injury or forced hyperextension or twisting. So the sprains can be because of the sudden injury or hyperextension or twisting of the joints, and the ligaments may be partially or completely torn. So in the sprain, the ligaments can be partially or completely become torn, and it mostly occur in the ankle and the knee joints. So the sprains mostly occur in the knee joints or the ankle joints. Next one is severity of sprain is graded into. So according to the severity of sprain, it can be divided into 3 grades. So according to the severity of the sprains, it can be divided into 3 grades. So grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3. So in the grade 1, there is a mild stretching of ligament without joint instability. So in the grade 1, there is a mild stretching of ligament. So it is there is a only mild stretching can be occur in the ligaments, and it does not without joint instability. So only mild stretching can be occur in the ligaments. So because of this mild stretching, there is a joint instability. So there is a movement can be present in the joint. So there is a flexibility of the joints, or the movement can be present in the joints, and it does not affect on the joint movement. So there is a only muscle stretching of the ligament can be present in the grade 1. So it does not affect the movement of the joint. And next to grade 2, the partial rupture of the ligament but without causing joint instability. So there is a partial, only half of the rupture of the ligament. So there is a half of the partial rupture of the ligament can be occur in the grade 2. So there is a partial rupture of the ligament. So in this grade 2 also there is a movement can be present in the joints, and there is a movement or the flexibility of the joint can be present in the grade 2. Only the partial rupture of the ligament can be present in the grade 2. And next to grade 3 there is a complete rupture of the grade 3, complete rupture of the ligament with instability of the joint. So in the grade 3 there is a complete rupture of the ligament. So because of this complete rupture there is a movement of the joint can be inability to move the joint, or there is no flexibility of the joint. So there is a with instability of the joint. So there is no movement and it mostly affect on the movement of the joint in the grade 3. So according to the severity, the sprain it is divided into 3 grades: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. In the grade 1 there is a mild stretching can be occur. In this there is no effect on the movement of the joint, and grade 2 there is a partial rupture of the ligament. So because of the partial rupture there is no effect on the joint movement and there is a presence of movement or the flexibility. And next one is grade 3, there is a complete rupture of the ligament. So because of this complete rupture there is a no movement of the joint. So it mostly affect on the joint movement. So it is about the grade 3. Next one is causes. So the causes of sprain, it includes the sprain occurs when overextend or tear a ligament. So the main cause of the sprains is because of the overextension or there is a tearing of the ligament. So sprains often occur in the following circumstances. So sprains can be occurred in some situations like ankle sprains. So by walking or exercising on uneven surface. So the ankle sprains. So if you are walking on uneven surface means there is the surface become there is no flat, it is very uneven surface means it is not become flat and it has some uneven. So it is become high or low level. Like uneven surface means it is not become flat. It is not flat surface and it having some high and low level. So because of this uneven surface the patient the person individual can be fall on the floor. So because of this falling there is a ankle sprains can be occur. So while exercising or walking on uneven surface means it is not become flat and it is so because of this uneven surface the individual have the sprains. So next one is knee sprains. So there is a pivoting during an athletic activity. So athletic activity, so athletics, so during the playing they will more pressure keeping on knees. So while playing they are keeping more pressure on the one leg. So because of this there is a knee sprains can be occur. So ankle sprains and the knee sprains. And next one is there is a wrist. So wrist sprains, there is a landing on outstretched hand during the fall. So while fall, so there is a overstretching of the hand. So because of this overstretching there is a wrist damage can be occur and there is a wrist sprain can be occur because of the falling. There is a overstretching of the hand, it can cause the wrist sprain. And next one is thumb sprain. So for example playing tennis and they will get more chances of the thumb sprain. So it is about the causes, and the sprains occur when overextended on tear or the ligaments. So the causes mainly overstretching or there is a tearing of the ligaments and the sprains can be occur. It includes the ankle sprain and knee and wrist and thumb. So ankle, it is become walking or exercising an uneven surface. It can be occur by walking on the uneven surface. It means there is a not become flat surface, and there is a knee and there is a more keeping pressure or more keeping force on one leg. It causes the knee sprains. And next one is wrist. So while falling, there is a hand stretching can be occur. So because of the overstretching of the hand, it can cause the wrist sprain and thumb sprain, and it can be playing tennis, it can cause the thumb sprain. So next one is degrees of sprain. So in this degrees of sprain, according to the pain, so it can be divided into degrees of sprain. So it includes the first degree sprain and second degree and third degree sprain. In the first degree sprain, there is a occur by tearing of a few ligaments. So the first degree sprains can be occur by the tearing of few ligaments. So because of the tearing of the few ligaments, the first degree sprains can be occur, and it can be present with the mild edema and local tenderness and pain, and there is no loss of function. So in the first degree sprain, there is a mild edema. So edema means there is a inflammation. Only mild edema can be present in the first degree of sprain and the local tenderness. So the patient will have the, by touching itself, the patient will have the pain. So local tenderness can be present and the pain and no loss of function. So there is no loss of function of the joints. So joints can be able to move, but the patient will have the some edema and pain. And next one is second degree sprain. In the second degree sprain, it occurs tearing of more fibers. So there is a tearing of more fibers, and there is a increased edema and tenderness, pain during the motion. So there is a second degree sprain means it can be occur by tearing of more ligaments, and it can cause the increased edema. So because of this tearing, there is a increased inflammation. So edema means there is a inflammation can be increased and the tenderness. By touching itself, the patient will have the pain and pain during the motion. So while movement of the joint, the patient will have the pain. So by the movement of the joint, the patient will have the pain and the partial loss of the joint function occur. So there is a partial loss of the joint movement can be occur. So there is a partial loss of joint function can be occur because of the tearing of the more fibers, more ligaments in the second degree sprain. And next one is third degree sprain. There is a complete ligament tear is present. So there is a complete ligament can be tear. So because of this complete ligament tearing, there is a severe pain and the tenderness, increased edema and abnormal joint function. So there is a patient will have the severe pain and the tenderness and increased inflammation and abnormal joint function. So in this third degree sprain, the patient is not able to move the joint. So it is about the degrees of the sprain. And next one is clinical manifestation. So in this clinical manifestation, it includes the loss of ability to move. So the patient is not ability to move. So there is a loss of ability to move, and there is a tenderness and the pain. So the patient will have the, by touching itself, the patient will get the pain. And next one is swelling and edema. The patient will have the swelling and edema around the joints. And next one is bruising. So there is a bruising means there is a bleeding can be under the skin. The bleeding can be present under the skin because of any injury or any trauma. So it is about the bruising. So bruising means there is a bleeding can be present under the skin because of any injury or any trauma, and there is a discoloration. So there is a color change. There is a color change can be color of the skin can be changed, it is become bluish color. So the color of the skin become changed, so it is a discoloration and limited ability to move the affected joint. So there is a affected joint, there is a only limited movement can be present, and if you are moving the patient will have the pain. So only limited movement can be present in the affected joint. So it is about the clinical manifestation. And there is a next diagnostic evaluation. So in this diagnostic evaluation, it includes the physical examination, and we should collect the physical examination by assessing and inspection and palpation, percussion. So we can assess the patient. And next one is X-ray is taken to rule out the contusion and sprain. So the X-ray can be taken to rule out the contusion and sprain. So the contusion means there is a the X-ray is taken to rule out the contusion and the sprain. So contusion means it is a capillary, blood capillaries can be ruptured at the region of the injury. So at the region of the tissues or the skin, the blood capillaries can be ruptured. So it is called as contusion. The blood capillaries can be ruptured and at the region of the skin or the tissues, and it is to rule out the X-ray can be used to rule out the contusion and the sprain, and MRI scan. So magnetic resonance imaging can be used if necessary. If the patient is necessary to do the MRI, so then go for the MRI, otherwise no need. So it is about the diagnostic evaluation, includes the physical examination, and X-ray can be used to rule out the contusion. Contusion means there is a region of the soft tissue or the skin, the blood capillaries can be ruptured because of the injury, and there is a MRI scan.